Hello, everybody. I'm in a good mood today. I don't know why, because I've been a little scatterbrained. But I thought, you know, I said that the Vitality was loose tea, but maybe I forgot. So I don't feel like I need to do my disclaimer today or whatever, because I'm not talking about the product itself or what it does for me, blah 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 blah. I'm talking about what it looks like and what I do, how I make it. So this tea is loose. It's not in like a little it's not like this. It's not in a tea bag, okay? So I feel like I needed to tell you guys that. Let me show you. And it's, you put, how much did I say? A teaspoon. I couldn't remember if it was a teaspoon or a tablespoon. So I'm going to show you, if I can, without spilling it and making a mess. Can you see that? I don't trust myself. Okay, so that is what it looks like. The tea looks a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, right? So, but it is delicious. So what I was doing is I used to have like teapots that whistled and all that, but it was like old school and matched my old dishes. It was like a farm print. I don't remember. But anyway, it's long gone. So I was just like, oh, I'll just be old school and I'll buy one of these little doohickeys on Amazon. And you could tell I used the heck out of it. It doesn't, it's went through the dishwasher and all that good stuff. But the thing is like I would have to, you have to make sure that it is clasped tight, okay? You have to clasp it tight here. And then, so I would boil the water in a pot on the stove. Then I'd put the tea in here and hook it to the edge of the pot and let it simmer. Well, for some reason, even though this is mesh, some of the tea would kind of seep through. So you would have a little bit of granules in the pot, okay? So then I would take the pot of tea after it had seeped, I think that's the right word, and I would dump it into another pitcher. But it was a pitcher that I used to keep regular iced tea in. So then I took a piece of masking tape and said, Lisa's Vitality, like, don't touch it, it's mine. Because the glass pitcher that I was using, Jessie was using also sometimes for her cucumber water. So and let's face it, there's only so much room for however many pitchers in a fridge, right? And I'm like, and I didn't want to have like a green tea one and a Vitality one and a cucumber water one. So anyways, back to my story. So I had to like dump it into the pot and have my little label on there that was, not fancy. It was literally like a piece of masking tape. So I got onto my little group thing and I was like, how do you guys make your tea? Because I've had people asking when they get it, they're like, oh, I didn't realize it was loose, or what are you guys using? And I was like, I don't know what you call this, but this is what I am using. So my husband just came up the stairs. You're not in frame, don't worry. So I bought this from Amazon. Now see all that stuff floating around in there? Some of that was what was getting through. This thing was like right around 20 bucks. It makes exactly the right amount. And it does take a little bit longer to boil because it's glass, okay? So you have to boil it on a lower flame. But it's really not that big of a deal, because what I do is I drink this during the day. I drink the whole thing. And then I'll make the next batch for the next day. So it's really not a big deal that takes you a little bit longer because you're not drinking it till the next day. So I put ice in my thing. This is what I've been trying to do. So I've already got ice in there because it's super loud. And I fill that up with ice. And then, this is the coolest thing. I don't know if I can do it in frame. Let me try. I'm I'm not a video professional by any means, but I sure as heck do try for you guys. So look at this. Can you see as I pour it, like literally no granules are coming out of this teapot, guys. I freaking love this. I wish I would have known about it sooner. So you can see all of that is still at the bottom. Why, you ask? This took me a minute to figure out too, because there was no instructions. And I'm not always so very bright when it comes to mechanical things. And I thought, what am I supposed to do with this mesh thing? I don't get it. So let me show you. This little doohickey thing is mesh. And so when you pour it, see the big holes? The tea is coming out of that, but all of the little granules, not even one, literally nothing has been escaping through it. So at the end, I have like a pile of the tea that's stuck to the bottom, and then I just rinse it out, wash it out. It even came with, this little scrubby, so you could wash it out. I don't put it in the dishwasher because I'm using it literally every day. Literally. Did I sound British? So I use that, I clean it out, and then I start over. So love this, guys. If you want the link for it, like I said, it was on Amazon for right around 20 bucks. Best darn thing ever. I was doing it so hard the other way. Then what I do, now you guys know I don't measure to list squat, right? So I have my oil, my Slimmer oil, that I said reminded me of orange, but now I'm thinking maybe it's because I had added it to the Vitali. Don't really know, because it has like lemon and orange, no, grapefruit. So what does it say here? I think it says like 3 to 6 drops in 10 ounces. And as I've said a million times, I don't measure anything, right? But this, I want to say one time I did measure it because I'm trying to up my water intake, and I want to say it's right around 64 ounces. So you would think I would put a ton in here, right? Well, I don't. I do. And this, it does take a little bit. I've learned the hard way, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. 10-ish drops because it's a giant jug. And then I just kind of swirl it around a little bit. Swirly whirly. Or even do a little. But it's so freaking delicious. And it curbs my appetite, which I really didn't think I had that much of an appetite, but sometimes I do get a little, like, get the nibbles or whatever. And yes, my go-to snacks are like raw almonds or some string cheese, or now I've got fruit. And I know fruit is not necessarily keto friendly because it has the natural sugars, but I don't care. It is the time of the year where the fruit is delicious. It's a natural sugar. So, and I do lazy keto, which I've said a million times. Oh, good. I'm glad you love the Vitality. I do too. But yes, I've added the Slimmer, and I'm telling you guys, so I had put on, okay, now I have to say the disclaimer that, you know, results will vary, but, you know, this whole, you know, you're stuck inside kind of a deal. And even though we were making keto friendly things, like Jessie made some, banana bread, but bananas are like high in carbs, but it was made with the almond flour, whatever. But I was eating things that I wouldn't normally eat. And of course, like the rest of the world, had put on a few pounds. I put on I think I put on 3 actually during this whole stay at home nonsense. And I was like, oh, God bless America. Y'all know how hard it is for me to take off 3 freaking pounds. It is not easy. And I was like, no, I cannot go in reverse. This, I'm back to where I was. So I was like, oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. So yes, if you're struggling, I would throw in some of the Slimmer oil on top of it, because they are 2 totally different things. This is a detox, and the other one is, you know, to help curb appetite and whatnot. So I hope that answered your questions on, yes, if you want, you can do the tea this way, the old fashioned way, and do it with a, you know, just a pot on your stove. But highly, highly, highly recommend this magical thing from Amazon. I don't know who the manufacturer was, but I can just go to my list of You know how, like, if you go on Amazon, you can see what you've ordered. So I can send you the information that way. So that was all I wanted to do, was explain, because apparently, I thought I said that before, but maybe I didn't, because, you know, I'm a little squirrely brain. So, but the Vitality is loose tea. So you have to make it that way. Otherwise, you're literally ingesting all of those granules. And I don't know about you, but it's not my, like, it'd be like, bleh. I don't want to do that. So anyway, guys, I hope you have a great day. Hopefully that helped you. Shoot me a message, or even you can even say it in the comments, and I'll put the link for that teapot thing. Oh, and look what else they give you. It's so old-fashioned, and it's funny, but I do take the pot off. Oh, see? I almost forgot. So I was thinking about this. They give you this, and I take the pot off, and I let it sit there. Well, note to self, when I put the tea in right off of the stove, it boiled over. So I don't know why it boiled over, because I never had that in the regular pot, and I had a mess on my hands. So if you get one of these glass ones, please take it off, put it on this little doohickey thing that they give you, and let it sit for just a couple minutes and let the bubbles settle down, and then add the Vitality. Just because I don't really know why it did that, but ever since I kind of changed it, let it sit there for a minute or two, and then added the Vitality a little bit slower, I have not had the ginormous mess that I had the one time. So I'm just trying to save y'all a little bit of the hassle. All right, guys, that is it for today. And if I hear of anything else that somebody needs some helpful tips on, I will come back at ya. All right, have a good one. Bye, everybody.